Shagatam. From Mother Goose we get Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, that is, an egg tried to sit on a flat surface. What does it signify? Someone poking their nose into somewhere they shouldn't? Or someone daring to encroach upon a predetermined limit or barrier? Or is it the trials of individuality against the imposing society? When Humpty Dumpty sat upon the wall, they knew that they tried to do something against the status quo. An egg should be in the loving, warm embrace of a hen, or be in the gluttonous gazes of consumers. Yet, an egg dares to break free from the societal norms of an egg and go beyond its social characterization and assume a fate written by its own hands. When an unfortunate person lying on the chill street with pricks of cold numbing his pain of starvation looks upon a man of affluent wealth being driven around in a brightly painted car while sipping on expensive liquor to warm the chills of winter along with the heavy coat of blood-stained wool he adorns, does the unfortunate one think to sit upon the walls of causality and break the society that fuels reality? When a prince spurs his mighty horse upon the stone path, trampling upon the hard work of the men that his father enslaved, does the boy of the farmer look upon the prince and dare to stand upon the wall of power and return everyone their proper due? Humpty Dumpty sets his gaze on the inflexible wall, oppressive and domineering with its rigidity. Yet Humpty is stricken with a profound madness to break the customs of egg and wall, and so Humpty Dumpty dares to sit on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, for the retribution of society is so bludgeoning that its sheer pressure pummels even the most divine spirit. Society will not tolerate any derailment from the path laid down by its ideology. Any action that deviates from these established paths will be treated as an act of treason, and so the actor will face consequences befitting that of a heretic. Heretics are at best driven to exile, forced to be forever outcasts, crazed idiots that spout out pearls of wisdom that the sheeple can't deem as anything but nonsense. Yet most heretics end up being burned at the stake for the crime of having betrayed the flesh cage that society put them in. The paradigm of society is the ever-glowing radiance of the sun, penetrating into every facet of life. Except, unlike the sun, society is not a foundation of growth, but a shear that trims the unruly garden. If a weed in the garden decides to partake in the warmth of the sun to flourish and blossom as an evergreen tree, then society will uproot it and burn it, making the weed a weed. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. For how could the inhabitants of paradise extend their hand to the fallen without being rammed into the pit of heresy themselves? The inhabitants of paradise are forced to be ignorant of the needles of snowflakes, enduring on a diet of bliss that blisters the spirit, nourishing the fire of the spirit starves the inhabitant from bliss. So why bother with hunger when only just that which can't be seen will remain unseen? The blind, blissful consumption at least spares the inhabitant from the cries of the stomach. Vinay.